So today's lesson is on string bending, and in that first example they did all kinds of little bends and big bends. There's all kinds of them. So just an overview. I started out with a in this major pentatonic, an A, we're in A, and I did a whole step bend. A whole step is 2 frets, so I bent from E to F sharp. Then I pulled it up another half step up to G. Then I did a two-step bend. So C to D to E, like that. And then I did a little half step bend, but a reverse bend. Then I was in this position in this, what's called the Albert King box, the extension of A. Did a whole step bend there, brought it down, and a little micro bend, a quarter step there from C. That's between, it's not C, it's not C sharp, it's right in the middle. Then I did another whole step bend from C to D, then a whole step bend G to A, then a half step bend the 6th to the 7th, F sharp to G. Then I did a little half step bend there. Then a whole step bend, so I did a half, then I went a whole, like D to E. And the major third. So, a couple of things. First, everybody asks about string gauges. I use different gauges on different guitars because they feel different. But the gamut runs, a lot of guys use 10s, like .010, or 9s, .009. The guy in ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons, uses 8s, so really thin strings. So you have to experiment. You want to find a string gauge that feels comfortable for bending, you know, and some people like, it depends how strong your hands are. You know, it's not a big ego thing where you have to have fat strings. Like, I know Stevie Ray Vaughan used thicker strings, but he also tuned down a half step. So there's a difference there. B.B. King used to use 9s. A lot of guys use 9s. But the ranges between 9s and 10s are pretty common. This guitar I have 10s on. But on my Les Paul I have 9.5s. It feels, you know, better for that guitar. So that's the other thing. And another thing about playing a Stratocaster, which is why I wanted to use this guitar for the lesson, was if you have a floating bridge, which I do, you can see that the bridge here floats because the springs are set up. So it's not flat. It's not anchored down on the body of the guitar. So if you bend a string, because you're changing the, you know, the tension, like all the other strings go flat. In other words, I'm going to bend this note, but I'm going to hit the 6th string. Let's do it again. So you have to allow for that if you're playing a Strat. Doesn't matter for other guitars that have a, you know, solid tailpiece. Does mean though if you're doing a bend with other strings, you got to remember to put vibrato on. Because when you bend one string, the other one's going to go flat a bit, so you have to compensate. But let's get to the beginning thing. So we're in A, and we'll just start out with doing whole step bends, like 2 frets. So first of all, you want to, you know, find your target note. So there's an E, and you're going to bend D on the 3rd string to sound like an E. So that's you know, you can just practice that. There's your reference. Always get a little vibrato on it. It's never perfect, so you want to get a little vibrato on there. and just like practice licks. Just simple ones. And there's a bend G to A. So A is your reference. So work on that. We're just going to do whole step bends for now. But as I talked about, there's an infinite variety. I mean, these are important in every, genre of popular music, especially anything connected with blues-oriented playing or rock and roll that has a blues influence. It's pretty essential that you be a pretty good string bender. It's an essential thing. So, there's E, and the D up to E, there's A, and C, there's D, so there's C bent up to D, there's G bent up to A, remember, there's all kinds of microtones. This is really an intriguing subject, and so we're going to leave it right there. So just whole step bends for now, and then we'll do some more later. Talk to you later. Bye bye.